Hello, I am Scott Pilgrim, and I wanted to share with you a little known story about last week. One day I was walking around my block on our yearly yard sale day. I got a cool tablet for my PC, and I was quite content with that on the walk home. When I was walking, I was interrupted by a game laying on the ground. It was inside a case with a clear front, and the disc said game.exe. I thought of the usual, just a lost meme that floats around the internet. But I wonder if this could be the game. I picked it up and no one seemed to notice, so I pocketed the disc and carried on home. I got on my PC and checked the tablet. It worked fine and everything was working in the tip-top shape. I then unconnected the tablet and put the disc in. It brought up a normal prompt saying, "What would you like to do with this disc?" There was install game.exe and open folder to view files. I selected the open folder option and there were two items on the window. One simply said game.exe and the other one said data. I'm curious by nature, so I dug around the data folder for a bit. I shouldn't have looked. There was 20 items on the screen. Most were pictures of happy things, the usual rainbows, kittens, clouds. And I thought, this game might be silly, like for kids. I went down and saw another folder that said extras. I was wondering, extras might be good. So I opened the folder, rows and rows of horrific pictures and flooded my screen. And the thought of little kids' game was quickly erased from my mind. I decided to leave the folder and put two items on the screen. Game.exe's icon changed into a smiley face. But this smiley face wasn't just any smiley face. It had a devilish look. Its title screen looked like it rushed to be made. The title was Smiley's Adventure, but it was written in Times New Roman, and so in fact it was rushed. There were three options: start, setting, and exit. I checked settings and it only had four options: sound, music, brightness, full screen. I left it windowed as I didn't want to see anything pop out in oh my god fashion. I started the game. It was rather simply game. With the only thing on the screen was a green floor, a sky blue background, and a natural yellow smiley face. He ran out at an amazingly fast speed. So fast you could hardly play without hitting a wall. Nothing was horrifying and everything seemed normal. When I finished and was ready to exit, I saw a black rectangle appeared. So my curiosity got the best of me. It wasn't nice. In short, it was hell. Lava in the background, people tortured on the ceiling. It looked like something straight out of Doom. When I started running, an ominous dark started to creep up behind my character. It tried to run it, but it was going faster than him. When it caught up, I heard gory squishing, squashing sounds, kind of like organs being stepped on. The brightness slowly came to a quarter of normal settings. I could barely make out the little smiley's ripped up body. It was a piece of flesh, and suddenly it opened. It then zoomed in on its crying blood and made a yelp sound effect. I immediately thought of Luna Game, which was basis of the part, I guess, after it was done. I was sent out into the desktop, scared and water down my chest. I got up and ripped out the disc from the slot, tossed it at my apartment. It made a rather crack sound from the way down. I knew it was a horrid game disc, and I was happy with that. I kept the case.exe, and the game folder was erased long ago. I can only imagine what sedated fuck made this game. Scott F. Pilgrim was traumatized, and he had counseling for a year. He's doing fine now, but still a little shooken up from what he saw. He says he usually sees smiley faces, but with a twisted devilish smile on his face.